I've been live fire testing this EDAR LPVO from Discovery Optics in the process of testing and reviewing it. You'll find a link to that review in this video's description. And it is surprisingly good for an LPVO under $250, not least of which because it has a parallax focus. But the biggest question people have about this scope isn't about the parallax, it's, will it hold zero? And from personal experience, I can say yes. Yes, it has. But based on the comments some of you posted, you'd like to see a more dramatic test. Okay, let's do this. Before we get started with the test, I'd just like to take a quick break here to talk about this episode's sponsor, Aura. For the cost of just a VPN, I'm getting a whole suite of security services, including $1 million in identity theft insurance, fraud alerts, spam blockers, and they're even removing me from those damn data broker listings. Use my link, aura.com/moondog, and you can try them free. And if you use that link, you're helping to support this channel. So thanks for doing that. Okay, let's get back to the video. So I've had a chance to try out this optic for the last 2 days and test it out, and I've put in, I'd say, over 100 rounds on this so far, and it's held zero. But I'm sure there's a lot of skeptics out there who are still wondering, like, yeah, really, what is the durability of a Discovery EDAR or any Discovery scope? Well, I thought I would test it out for you. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna confirm zero. I'm gonna shoot 5 rounds into the target downrange at 50 yards. And then I'm going to take this scope off of this rifle and I'm gonna drop it. And then we're gonna see if it held zero, if it holds zero. Now it's gonna shift a little bit for sure because I'm taking it off the mount, but it shouldn't shift that dramatically. And if it is a weak optic, it will quickly start to wander. And in case you're wondering, I'm shooting a 16-inch AR upper chambered in .223 Wild and firing 5.56 Winchester white box, 55 grain full metal jacket, and my targets are at 50 yards.
All right, let's take this thing off. As I'm mentioning, we are going to shift a little bit because every time you take your scope off its mount, change your rings, you're going to have to re-zero. But it shouldn't be that dramatic. And in my experience, when a scope can't hold zero, you find out fairly quickly, within 20 rounds, whether or not it won't hold zero. So we're going to see if this will survive a decent fall. Now, typical industrial tests are done about 3 meters, about 3 feet. Well, let's drop it from here and find out. Minus any of the dust. Okay, so we'll see how far this has wandered with that about 5'6" drop.
Now, I should just mention as an aside that while testing this scope, I was also testing out these new 6065 scope rings from Discovery Optics. Now, I don't generally recommend putting scope rings on an LPVO because there's just not enough eye relief if you're mounting it onto an AR, so I recommend a cantilever scope mount rather than these rings.
All right. Go for the top right now. All right. Show clear. All right, let's go check it out. All right, so don't know how this is gonna net out. Now, looking through the scope, I look pretty close. A little bit wider group, but then again, it could be user error more than likely. But it shouldn't be too far off. But let's find out.
Now, as I'm walking here, I know I was thinking, I think I rushed those shots, and it's going to show in this target.
Now, I know I pulled 2 of the shots, so that's totally user error. All right, so I was zeroing out earlier. This is the first group of 5. This is the second group of 5, a little bit wider, 2 in the same hole. Knew I jerked these 2 shots, so I was aiming for the center in both cases. Now, you may say, oh, this group has gotten a lot bigger. Well, I'm gonna say it's probably user error more than anything else, but I'm sure some of you are still gonna say, well, you know what? Let's load up another 5 rounds and try it again and see where we're at. Now, if you appreciate these kind of tests, let me know, because I was curious to see about Discovery Optics. You know, I'd heard good things about them. I got a chance to test out some of their long-range precision scopes, and they perform quite well. But as a not a brand that's very well known, I don't really know how good they are in terms of durability, and I don't know how good they are in terms of customer service. Though, in terms of how they have been dealing with me has been pretty good. All right, I'm gonna let up 5 more rounds. And if this kind of video was entertaining or educational for you, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. I got great content. Just takes a second, doesn't cost anything. Just hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. All right, 5 more rounds. I'll do my best to aim better and more consistently this time. All right, we're gonna go for the bottom right target this time. Okay, we check clear. It's clear. Let's go downrange again. And I think I did a better job this time in terms of grouping those shots. A little calmer. I was a little too excited last time, so you know, jerked those shots a bit. But surprisingly, I think you're going to be surprised. I'm kind of spoiling it here. I could see through the scope. This is a much better group. So here we go. There we go. So for those doubters, actually me among them, whether or not this scope would hold 0. And I thought it would actually, it would shift a lot more after dropping it. But I'm surprised this is not too bad. A little bit to the right, granted, because I was aiming for over here and the shot seemed to center over here.
So there you go. I'm fairly convinced that this scope will hold 0, certainly as good as any other scope out there based on this test. But short of burning through 2,000 rounds of ammunition, what do you think would be a realistic test of a scope's durability? Let me know in the comments section.
Well, that was surprising. Well, here's another surprise. You could win at this LPVO. Well, not this one. This one was dropped by somebody. But you can get a chance to win a brand new EDAR from Discovery Optics. To qualify, all you have to do is subscribe to my new travel channel, Moondog Go, or follow me on X and upload me proof that you have. Complete rules and details are at moondogindustries.com/contest. And of course, if you're just interested in picking up an EDAR, because it is quite a nice LPVO, I'll include product links as well as any coupon codes and more details about this product in my full write-up at moondogindustries.com. Check out that article, use those links. It helps support this channel with a small commission. Of course, you could always just hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell buttons. That's absolutely free, and it just takes a second to press those buttons. So I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And thanks for watching this video. You be safe out there. Moondog, out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.